Hello, everybody.
Hello, here we are.
Here we are once again for WUFO. Oh, did you see my earrings? I think that you're gonna love them. They're so WUFO inspired.
Is that a little pizza? What is that?
Yeah.
Oh man,
So
sucking up the snacks. Yeah.
the fun story about these is I don't know who sent them to me. They're just, they
They
just arrived.
disappeared in the
Yeah, and
mirror.
like the
Yeah.
package was in my name and stuff. But I don't know who they're from.
Weird.
Pizza. Because I usually use like the Luminal Earth headquarter address for anything. I don't give anybody my personal.
Yeah, I get all the weirdos coming to my house.
Ah! Do you get weird mail?
I haven't yet. We'll
We
see.
don't like publicize the Luminal. It's not like we're like, oh, we have a PO box for letters or anything. It's like I think only people who know about the Luminal Earth like address is just people who receive packages from us.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, I would be surprised if people like since like that would be really clever to like find the address that way because like we don't talk about it. So I'm just like, how did they get mine? Like they send these to
And they sent
you.
you pizza
They sent me
UFOs.
WUFO UFO
Hi
with little
Jared. Hi
pizza.
Maureen. How you
Hi
guys?
guys.
Hi everyone.
Just talking about mystery earrings that arrived in the mail, but they're perfect for WUFO. So
Yeah. Uh, It's just Bex and I tonight.
yep.
Jeremy is having what's that? COVID scares and stuff. So
Yeah.
it's just the two of us and the special guest. Uh Coco is here. Coco the Pothos. Devil's ID.
The
So
Popo.
we might talk to Coco later. I love Sarah and Naila Moon and Alex and Shanna Banana.
Yeah.
Or is it Shayna? Shayna or Shanna? I wonder. And Courtney. Good to see everyone.
Yes.
Um,
We're having like a more low key hang. I got my Port Gamble candle going though.
what's that? What's in there?
As the rocks that I uh collected from the Walker Ames house and put them in a candle. So
Oh,
anytime we do anything like paranormal, I light it.
yeah. So the Walker Ames house is this like the supposedly the most haunted house in all of Washington, and we went there. When did we go there? Like
Last August. It'll
last
be a
August.
year soon.
Yeah, and it's
And that's
like
when we're going back, by the way.
what? Oh, you haven't told me this. Do we have a spot?
He said this fall.
Okay.
So they're opening back up in August. He closed early. Because the manager, he is cool enough to give the ghosts like a 6-month break.
Yeah, it gives them a little rest. Yeah, so it's
Yeah.
like this haunted house that's like 4 stories, and it has like the really creepy basement, really creepy attic, has all these like it has 2 staircases. It's a really weird, good spot.
Yeah.
And we went there, and you can go watch we on our YouTube. You can see like a full Estes we did down in the basement. That was
Oh,
yeah, it was
yeah.
Bex and what Hannah were both under at the
Mm-hmm.
same time, and we asked if there was anyone with us, and sounded like was presenting as like a 8-year-old boy, and they both one of them said Steve, and then Hannah said Steven, and you guys can't hear each other. It's so wild. You both said that at the same time.
Oh my gosh.
That's one of the weirdest things that's ever happened. That experience. So
And Jeremy got a photo
yes.
of some anomalous shape. And what was interesting is if that were like an isolated incident, if you were just snapping a pic, I don't think that we would have cared as much. What was going on is he was having a full conversation with Hannah and I under, and this entity that we were being encountered was presenting as this young boy, and Jeremy was having a conversation around being photographed with this young boy and giving him directions, saying, okay, there. So that's what made it significant that something did show up. Um, and it's wild. And we have the video, yeah, on our YouTube, which you're on right now if you're most people, it looks like. So
Yeah. And what's cool is that we we're waiting for it to get dark, so we're hanging out outside for a long time, and we're kind of taking stock of the plants in the yard. And this is kind of us for the one of the first times we were like, well, let's like we're kind of you guys are really plant people, you and Jeremy. But like, you know, let's like look at the plants and look at the folklore. And then there's this giant tree that's sitting out there called the Camperdown elm. And it's like this weird, was like a mutant and like has to live on some other tree too. Has to like,
No, so
it's like,
every single tree, all of these camp realms are cuttings from one original tree.
yeah,
They're all the same tree.
from the same one.
And the way that it grows, it's like all contorted and it wraps around itself. And so it's visually it's a horticultural feat and it is one of wards. And if you're in that, seeing it all, that's a huge deal.
Right.
It's like 250 years old.
So yeah, we walked in there like, what? It just felt like a cathedral. Like, what is this? And like,
it was a church.
Yeah. And then we started doing like Jeremy started doing electrical acupuncture on it to like measuring it. And we did some folklore, like really basic, just like on our phones while we're waiting. And it has to do, there's all this folklore about that tree having to do with like elves guarding burial grounds. And we're just like, what? You know?
Yeah.
So like, what I really want to do is take this thing we have now to like hook up to plants to make it talk and see if now, you know, if we could do any kind of session outside with this tree that's there. Because it was such like I was like, I want to just hang out under this tree all night. I don't even want to go in the house. This is so cool under here. So
when I tell people like about Live on Earth and things, that's always something that I bring up. It's like I knew that we were a really good team when we all were like hanging in this cathedral tree and we were like, we don't want to go back inside. Like Hannah and Amanda are inside and they're like waiting on us and we're like happy out here. Like eating blackberries, just having the best time. And I was like, this is what I want to do.
Those blackberries were good out there.
They're totally so good. So they're Himalayan blackberries and they're super invasive. But if you have Jeremy on, I'm sure he may pop into the comments here. But like we have this whole thing of like invasive doesn't necessarily mean bad, and using like exterminate language when discussing invasive species is not always productive. When you can still utilize them, they still provide nutrient to the soil, and they still do a lot of regenerative things sometimes. So Himalayan blackberries is a great example, and they have the biggest blackberries ever. They're delicious. Oh my gosh.
They're huge. Yeah.
And they were there. They were so good. I think it was Amanda's first time eating them too, so it was just the best.
Oh yeah. Alex wants to know if the tree will tell us where the elves live. I think there's so many questions we can ask that tree. I think so.
You can spend so much time, and I'm sure it has so much wisdom of all those trees to ask. Probably the one. I thought that attic session was really crazy too, by the way.
Oh yeah, tell it what.
Do not interrupt.
No, you should talk about that. But
no, it was really interesting because it was one of the only investigations I've been on where we had like genuine RIN pod activity, and Hannah had that music box, that plays like creepy music instead of just having like a motion sensor beep. It has like a creepy score that it plays. And it's in the shape of a coffin. And so anytime, like, we're all sitting in this circle around this attic and we're having this really great, thorough, lengthy exchange with Hannah, who's under, who's channeling this other child named Annabelle and talking about playing dominoes. We're playing dominoes. Like, it's beautiful. It's beautiful how it's working out. And this music box in the corner way will go off randomly, and it's just so creepy. And to me that felt really compelling because I hadn't experienced REM pod activity in an investigation when it was really compelling. Like I could always be like, well, you were kind of standing close or whatever, but it was on the other side of the attic over there and we were all huddled and the creepy music added something. But I remember at one point it asked me to look behind me. And behind me was that part of the attic where Pete was like, no one likes this corner, something lurks. And she was like, Hannah under was like, hey, like turn around. And I was just like, okay.
That face you make too is so funny. You like
I have to because I'm being filmed. No, I have to because I'm only going to get one chance, like a year, to be in this attic. So
Yeah, it felt
gotta make the
special.
most of it. Yeah.
But you guys kept
It was
wanting to
hot as
turn the
balls,
lights
by the
off, and
way.
I was what's that?
It was hot as balls. It was
Yeah.
awful. It was like 97 degrees. And like we're in Washington.
Yeah. We
We don't
can't
live in
take it.
Kentucky. Yeah. That's not what we say.
Oh, I was just saying you guys kept wanting to turn the lights off, and it was in the dark. I'm like, it was freaking me out the whole time.
It was
Just
one
like,
of your like first like investigations
yeah, I
and
think that
stuff
was the
like that
first time I've ever
though.
done anything like that. Totally.
I think that considering that you did a fantastic job. Like you
Yeah. Thank
did
you.
a
Thank you,
great
Bex.
job.
Yeah,
Yes.
I don't know if people are aware. No, I'm sure if everyone's aware. I'm kind of a chicken butt. So like that was like my
Forgotten.
first adventure and all that. It was good though. It was a good that house is just so neat, and so I recommend if you get the chance to go there. I think it's a cool spot for sure.
Can we talk about how like segueing chicken butt
Yeah.
to be chicken butt, Garrett, and to have the first place that we investigate together be Starvation Heights, I
Yeah.
think says a lot because that's like the most notorious and like one of the darkest
Yeah.
locations I've ever been to. And I've been to
Yeah.
Waverly and things, and it was such a cool thing to experience. And then seeing how we investigated together, it was beautiful. But
I
I'm
don't know if
thinking
people,
about how not chicken butt you are because of that. That's my point.
yeah, maybe I just don't know enough about what I should be afraid in that house, but that was a weird one too. Like, yeah, this place, Starvation Heights, people don't know this like woman like had a kind of like a clinic where she in back early 1900s where she basically starved her patients to death. And there's a house that she lived in that they kind of said it was already torn down, but it really hasn't. It hadn't been torn down. They just didn't want people going there and knocking it down and doing vandalism. And some people contacted us to come like interview us about some stuff there because they were about to really knock it down. And so we got to be like some of the first people, and that's how I met Bex for the first time. I was like, hey Bex, you should come. Like
Yeah.
we've been talking online, you should come see. So we met in this like decaying old house. And one of the weirdest things there, I think, is when we went in the basement and there was a bucket that was like in the dirt, in the ground, and there was a lizard at the bottom of the bucket that
Yeah.
was kind of like in this half living like zombie state. We don't even know if it was alive or not.
It was kind of moving when we would poke it, but then we were like, are we just seeing that because we want to see that? Like, and
Right.
we spent a good 5 minutes hovering over this bucket, looking at this like zombie
Lizard.
salamander, you guys. And that was so compelling. Like, it's to spend time in this notorious place, and then it's getting demolished. We're staring at a salamander in a bucket. It had holes, though. The bucket had holes.
Yeah, why? It's so
Why?
weird.
And so we gave it a ladder
Yeah.
in case it decided. And we went under for like a session, but then my spirit box like notoriously died, and it was
Right.
cool because I bought batteries on the way. So, blah. But what I thought was really beautiful was that I was really inspired by Katie Webb and Hotney, especially at the time. And I wanted to try. We didn't want to address the doctor, like we don't even say her name anymore because we want to give her zero, 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 zero mention, zero energy. And people, when they go there to investigate, that they only focus on her, and the victims were so overshadowed by this. So we were like, okay, let's like try to help victims if we can, but like let's also see if we could talk to like the genus loci or like the house itself. And I don't know. I believe through like tarot, and then Jeremy was pulling oracle. We were doing some pendulum and things. Through the conversation with that, I really felt like the house was telling us that it was okay with being demolished and that it was kind of sick of being abused in a way.
Mm-hmm.
Like this negative thing kept being brought up. There was vandalism, like multiple fire evidence that we found, and it
Yeah.
was just like it was almost like it was going to be relief for the house. And so we were able to give like the owners of the property the message of like, hey, this is okay. Like, and we would recommend like even planting a memorial garden for those victims and paying them honor and not even saying like the doctor's name anymore. Did they do that? We don't know. But I kind of
Yeah.
want to email them and be like, do you need plant recommendations?
Yeah, I
Because I'm
know.
here. But I don't
And
know.
that was kind of like the genesis of all this like plant stuff. I think, we're really talking about all this plant, merging that with this, you know, that kind of has always been a thing with Jeremy, I think. But when we were all together in that location, we're like really seeing how that could be part of it. It was interesting.
It was beautiful because we were also like making a really like symbolic observations of like the ivy creeping in through the hole in the wall, and like it's a really beautiful way to view an investigation space, and us coming from all of these different perspectives, and then for it like for a location of that caliber being your first investigation, like I just think that's so awesome. That's so awesome that we got to experience that, and I think that's a really great start for us. And I think it's really rare that you flow together so well as investigators. So meant to
Yeah,
be.
it's fun.
Meant to be.
I have some cool like UFO contactee news.
Yes.
So I don't know if people have noted or seen the videos we posted. This was maybe a couple months ago.
This was
But
March.
yeah, it was on a WUFO.
Hmm.
But basically there's this Chinese food restaurant in Bremerton called the Golden Mum. And in one of the old issues of the Flying Saucer Review from like I think 2003 or
2001.
2001, this woman says she was in this Chinese food restaurant eating there and in the afternoon, and she encountered these two people, but she really strongly believed that they were some kind of entities because they started having a telepathic communication with her, and they were telling her that they were from the North Star system, and that one of them wanted her to go with them, and the man was kind of like, I don't think, I don't, he was more suspicious, but they were having this whole kind of mental conversation. Um, and she says it was like really profound. She has all these details about it. Um, and eventually she got up to go up to them to talk to them, but they had left. She went on the parking lot and they were gone. And she, has not seen them since. And it's like, I think at the moment it was kind of like a heartbreaking that they had left. So we went there on a WUFO. Bex did some Estes session stuff outside. That's really great. We
Yeah.
went inside and people were like, oh, they saw us and they're like, it's going to be one of those nights, I guess, when we walked
Someone
by.
audibly said that while we walked by. We were also the only masked people,
Yeah.
so it could be a layered reference.
Yeah. Yeah. So
It was really cool too, because like everyone turned their heads and we're like, do we order drinks? Do they come to us? And it's like we're just so confused. And we're like, isn't this supposed to be a Chinese restaurant? This looks like a honky tonk bar.
I know. I felt like that, like in Pee-wee's Playhouse or Pee-wee's Big Adventure, when he goes to the biker bar or whatever. Like, it felt like that situation.
Exactly what it is.
Yeah.
And so we're like, okay, obviously we're gonna drink, and so we get a drink, and then we like go sit down by the arcade, and I start telling, because we took like a reporter with us, and Nick is like a good friend now, but like our relationship started as him writing an article about liminal Earth. He did like a 4-page spread on us in Paranormality magazine, and so he was talking about WUFO and things, and naturally at the time, I had just started experiencing those technological issues, so that was hot on the brain, and I start telling them, and what's really interesting is the lights in the bar start to dim.
Yeah, I got
And go
chills just
back
now.
up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they were dimming.
And then there's one pool table with this like, do you guys remember like the lights in the Pizza Hut? They're like stained glass in the 90s. It was like that, but it was like over the pool table, and it was like, and then like, we got through the conversation and switched subjects, and then everything kind of went back to normal. Yeah, and it was cool because we got to mention that to the owner, and she was like, I literally just changed that light bulb today. Like that's that's wild.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that like I want to know what was going through her head when she walked out of the bar and she saw me like pressed up against the wall
with a blindfold on, like talking, saying weird stuff. She asked, she's like, is she okay?
You're like, give this girl one vodka pineapple and she will just go under.
But it made me actually think about how we should go out in public and do like public busking of
Performative
Estes
Estes.
at performative Estes method. And just like people come pay the oracle and ask questions, and like you're just
I
spouting
was
it off.
talking to John about that today. I was
Yeah.
literally like, I loved when Garrett did the brain machine in the street. I love doing it at, Golden Mom. Like, we should do this more.
Yeah, totally.
Yay! But it's wild because, like, once we got past the, like, okay, like, she's not a kidnap victim, we got some really good, like, intel from her, and she actually gave us permission to, like, come investigate sometime.
Yeah, I know. I think I mean, I don't know if she believes that this really happened, but she's like
Oh,
totally
yeah.
fine with us doing this. And I think there's some kind of like ghosty stuff that she says is happening there. So I know it'd be really cool to actually go investigate after hours sometime.
For sure.
But so we made some videos about that, and the person who published that or told their story, it was all anonymous, but she reached out to us. She found us on TikTok, and she's like, I'm that person. I'm the person that this happened to. And so I was like, please write back to us, please. Oh, we want to interview you so bad. So yeah, I found her on Facebook, and we started chatting. I talked to her last night for a while. And she totally wants to tell her story. She seems really cool. She's like a musician, and she was in bands at the time. She says she used to live with Jello Biafra from the Dead Kennedys at one point in the late 70s. So I'm excited to
Wow.
learn more about her and what happened. And that she says she wrote down more about like what the communication was and what
Oh my
she said it lasted about 20 minutes, and there was a whole conversation, and she thinks she has it written down, everything that they talked about. So
God.
I think it's still to this day like she wants to know what that experience was. She doesn't know what it was. It was just this weird little 20 minutes of time. So I don't know. I'm excited to hear from her directly. It's so cool that TikTok,
Absolutely.
that's how she found us. So
I love the way that TikTok leads people to things that they just seemingly need to see
yeah.
because like when we posted the video of my childhood cemetery, there's someone that I like reconnected with from my newspaper. And it's like it's like magically knows where that location is and is like, I'm gonna let all the TikTokers in that area know who are interested in this thing that might, it's very sophisticated and it's so cool. And I'm also excited that we are gonna be able to be the ones who like bring this updated story to the
Yeah.
masses, and it's cool that she reached out. And I'm thinking about like Scott Schaefer and how he was like he passed us the baton to
Oh,
document the paranormal, and so this is like the first thing that's like happened since that where it's like we really get the opportunity. I guess not, because like the peel oranges and stuff, we want to do something with it too, but like I'm thinking about like that on like a symbolic level, and how it's cool that we have the ability to document this story. We have an ability to investigate where this is. Like we actually have a really good, all the pieces of a really solid project, like just falling into
yeah.
place.
Yeah.
So love when that happens.
I
Love that for
know.
us.
And it's so cool that there's all these people now that like I love that there's this like Twitter, like TikTok weirdo community or whatever, like, and we can just like all these people like can share their weird towns. And I don't know, I'm excited about all the future of what's happening in this world of stuff. This person said that TikTok is a magic sync generator. I think that's interesting. I agree.
Speaking of like magic generators, has anyone gotten to use Garrett's magic sentence generator? Because that shit is awesome.
Yeah.
This shit is
Yeah.
awesome. I have no idea how you did that. You did it so quick too. You're like, done.
I had a day off, and I was just like,
Oh.
I was like, this would be so fun if I just made this weird thing that I need some like some book. I need some like ebooks to throw in there, like
Okay.
because that will give me more content. But basically, the idea is that it 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 makes magic sentences with like content. Like, so if I throw a bunch of books in there, it will make a 6-word sentence, and then it will also take that sentence and throw it into text synth that will take your little prompt, your little 6-word sentence, and write a full paragraph of like AI generated, like terrifying stuff. As we discovered last week when we did it, it was like this really creepy story about the man on the bicycle or something. Remember that? It was
Yeah,
like really horrifying. So like,
I loved it.
yeah,
I loved it too because like I know a couple of people have used it on our Patreon. That's how we're going to be providing magic sentences for the next while, and it's funny seeing the feedback that we're getting already in the comments of like mine was so scary and accurate and
yeah, I
things
know.
of the sort. It's really
Yeah,
cool. Um, you just whipped it. It's magic, magic what
yeah,
you're doing, sir.
yeah. Thanks.
Sure.
Uh, so see, that was like our housekeeping. Did you want to share
Oh,
any?
I
Yeah.
have my camera came. Oh my gosh, you guys.
That's interesting that Maureen, what you said about all the sentences we've mailed you have been had so much. You know what, Maureen? Actually, I have a magic sentence I sent you in the mail that came back to me that you never got. We should open it right now and see. Let me
Oh
see if
my
I can find
gosh,
it.
Maureen, would you be okay with that? Because that
Can
would
we
be so cool.
can we open it on camera?
And I'll show them my camera while you're doing that. So everybody, meet the Mamiya. This is the RB67 Pro, and you shoot. I'm still trying to get used to this. Okay, you shoot it through here, and you can see. Oh, it's the coolest thing in the whole world. I'm so happy. Oh my gosh, it takes film. So I'm so excited. I won an eBay war for it. And then I don't have the other one. But I went to the thrift store today after I got off the phone with John, and I was like, I need to go look for cameras because I'm someone who loves like the little Kodak point and shoot things that are always sitting at the thrift store. Like if y'all have any, send them to me. I love them. I love doing like the here's the camera and here's the photos type thing. But anyways, I went to the thrift store and they had a complete outfit of the Minolta SRT 101, which is like one of the coolest and most amazing like 100% manual SLR cameras. I have like a Canon Quartz 5, but it's still digital. Still takes film, but it has I can't like fix it and work on it because it's digital enough, if that makes sense. So yeah, I got this whole Minolta outfit, and what I mean by outfit is it came with 3 different lenses: a telephoto lens, off-camera flash. It had like a 1.3 lens that's 15 millimeter. Anyways, I got that for $65, and on eBay I was literally like just outbid for 450, and like was not gonna pay that much anyways. Like, you know what I mean? So I was so excited, and I got like a Minolta outfit for nothing. Port Orchard thrift stores, you guys, if you're in Washington. Port Orchard has all kinds of goodies. Yeah, I'm gonna put it this way, but here's my camera, Garrett, and I shoot it like this, and I look
Whoa.
down.
Whoa, that's cool.
Click. Yeah, I got a big lens coming. Whoop, it's coming from Japan.
You should tell about your subscription service you're doing.
Oh yeah, that old thing. Let me put this up. I'm so like nervous about this camera.
I got this camera I gotta send you. It's a 3D Magic Plus camera.
I love it. It has 3 lenses.
And it was in the thrift store, and it has some pictures on it already.
Hey, I have a better idea. What if we go like thrifting sometime next week?
And go find
You
old cameras.
Do you want to go to Silverdale like next week?
Yeah.
Go thrifting or sometime whenever you're free.
Back early when we so back in early 2007, my wife and I started this radio station called Hollow Earth Radio. And one of the first things we did when we were doing that station, we were doing a lot of found sound stuff.
Yeah.
So we would basically go to thrift stores and take the answering machine tapes out of answer machines and listen to people's phone calls that were like they didn't like hang up. And so the whole conversation is like recorded on these answer. We actually put out an album of people's like phone calls from the 1980s. It's so funny.
Here's my found film from that time we went
Yeah.
thrifting. I
Oh,
found it
really?
in that enlarger that I should have got. You looked at me and you're like, you should get. You looked at me like you can't walk out of here without this.
You gotta take that.
I was like, how am I gonna fit in your car? I have so many questions.
Yeah. So we actually did a
Got it.
big found art show though of like, and people sent
Oh.
a found magazine. I don't know if people know that magazine where people,
Oh.
if you find something on the street, you just mail it to them and they would put a magazine together of stuff. They sent us like all their stuff of like discard, you know, after they had already made the magazine, they don't need it anymore. So they sent it to us and we put a lot of the sounds, you could listen to that. And people would send us like pictures from old cameras and thrift stores. It was amazing. All over the walls, like weird pictures from found stuff. Maureen, is it okay if I open your magic sentence? Do you want me to do this?
That would be so cool. She says yes, please.
Okay.
At 8:57. That was right before
camera
I missed
time.
it. Okay. You're good. Thanks, guys, for the feedback on the camera. I'm obsessed.
Oh, you didn't talk about your subscription
again. So yeah, I'm starting the first subscription based like dark room pretty much, but it's mail in, and so it'll be like a Patreon structure. I'm battling. I don't think I want to go the Patreon route. I think I want to host everything from the website itself, and Garrett and I are gonna have a conversation. But yeah, so I want to do like 25, 50, 75, and based on your structure of your tier, I will develop like X amount of rolls of film for you each month, and it like it's a club, so we can like share the film photography, and then I'm gonna eventually. Because I'm Maitland, I'm feeling really confident to be able to like host a couple classes of like people wanting to get into film. And then building your own cameras is something I'm really passionate about because you can literally make it out of cardboard and make pinhole cameras. I also have like a kit like this. If you want to spend $30, we can build a kit like this together. So I'm demoing that right now, and I'm gonna see if that's something I want to do. So yeah, it's called Mystic Photo Club, and I got an Instagram and a Twitter now, but yeah, I'm doing the website thing and just trying to make sure that I know like how I want to do the structure of the subscription, because that's like what I really want to focus on. I want to make it kind of like a club and not just a one and done lab, because there's so many of those, even though they're all kind of backed up right now. Another lab is needed. This was created because I couldn't get my phone processed anywhere, so I just want to help other people who are in my boat. Like all the local ones, it was just like lead time's crazy. So I'm a one-woman operation. I don't know how long that's gonna last. I might have to hire some of y'all. So let's make it so I have to do that.
That's awesome.
Thank you.
All right, so Maureen, here's your magic sentence. So you have to pick gnome, hot dog, pretzel, or shrimp. And then I'll do it for you. And this is, I guess this is like a WUFO question for tonight. Let's see.
I love this.
Shrimp. Okay. I'm glad you went with shrimp. Personally, I have an affinity for shrimp. So I ripped it. Sorry.
It's probably a little dated sitting in that envelope.
SHRIMP. Okay. Looming form. So then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Looming form.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. Looming form, fantastic hand, sum upon. I'll put it out here. So this is your sentence, your magic sentence, and all of our magic sentence for the night.
Yes.
So
tonight, looming form, fantastic
hand.
Okay. Sum upon. Where is fantastic or faction?
There you go. Looming form, fantastic hand, sum upon. That fantastic hand, sum upon. That means I see like counting on your fingers.
Yes.
Um,
Yeah, SUM. Huh, that makes sense.
looming form is
Perfect.
that's kind of, I see that as scary a little bit,
Yeah.
like this
Like
looming over you.
think of it like incoming.
Okay.
More positive.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
looming
switch
can
it
be
up.
just some incoming.
uh,
Thanks, Alex. Yeah, that's really rad. I'm excited. And we got to showcase the fortune tellers that we made. Those were so cute. We got to make some more sometime. We just have like a very good problem, which is that we have so many $5 patrons out. It's hard
I
to
know
make.
magic
We have
sentences
to
is
just
like,
like dedicate like a whole day to it or something
yeah, like
together.
rolling dice all that. That's like, that's why I
Yeah.
was like, I gotta make a website and just program this,
Carpal tunnel.
because I was like rolling dice. I was like, ah. No.
It's a labor of love, you guys.
Ooh, Maureen
That's
says they've been
awesome.
having an image in my mind of a burned up figure.
Ooh, that's
Interesting.
creepy.
Yeah.
Oh, I was
Um,
gonna tell you that the Golden Mum like ghost activity is potentially fey because it's a shadow person upon the back wood line.
ooh,
And so I get a lot of those on the peninsula, and I always link them with the Fae because of like the trickstery behavior.
right,
And she says that she feels like protective, which can be Fae if you're in like good graces.
right.
So she could just be naturally in good graces.
I just really want to go investigate a Chinese restaurant, and just I
Yes,
just think it's such a cool thing. There's also you have a you know of a haunted weed shop that we're trying to
I
get in there.
do.
That's like a secret
Yes,
maybe I'm debuting here, but I think that would be
Doug.
so cool to
Doug, if
go.
you're here, I know you subscribed. Doug, if you're here, we have to investigate Sweet Jane, please. I want to investigate it so bad. I'll,
I
and
want to
then no one
do it
else
while
likes me besides you.
I want to do it there while people are still coming in as customers. I think that would be
We
so
could do
fun.
what we did at the Golden Mom. Garrett was going around the bar with his plastic cry, and there were these bikers playing pool.
Yeah.
It was the best.
Yeah.
So he should do that
Yeah.
in this situation too. While people are buying weed. Doug, make it happen.
Yeah.
Is
So
the weed haunted or the shop?
yeah.
I think that's a Katie Webb question. We're gonna need to fly in Katie
Oh,
Webb
we have to get the
first
expert.
class,
Yeah. I
and
know.
then she's gonna sample it, and she's gonna be able to tell us whether or not the weed is haunted, and if the plastic wrapper is a Dybbuk. Oh my gosh. That's
Wow.
amazing. So yeah, we want to investigate. It's really the upstairs that's haunted. But like they're all really dismissive of it except for Doug. So you go, Doug. All the
Yeah.
Hellier people are like, no, no, Doug. This Doug's cool. I promise. What else? I think that's all the housekeeping. Housekeeping slash stories.
Yeah, we were just chatting it up there.
We
What do you
were.
want
It
to
was
do tonight? So
fantastic.
we have Coco here.
Coco, everybody, say
I
hi
don't
to
know.
Coco.
So after I did WUFO last week, I just decided to go on TikTok live and have Coco here talk on um, on the live with people there, and I went for like an hour and a half, and it was so awesome. And people were asking really good questions, and they wanted, I was like wanting to know what kind of plant it was, and I was like, well, it's a pothos, and I was talking to like, you're a pothos, and then someone's like, well, ask it what its name is, like ask
Mm.
the plant. So we asked, and it really sounded like, um especially in the longer version of it, you may have seen the TikTok I made, but it sounds like it's saying name, Coco, 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 Coco. So we're like, what? And it was so wild. And after a while, I realized too that the name Coco also is interesting because there's the talking gorilla that learned sign language, and I think it's her. Her name was Coco as well. So
Mm.
I just think it was so cool. It made me start thinking about like, oh, the first talking plant. Could this plant have its own like TikTok channel where it just talks to people. And I don't know. I'm sometimes nervous to be on TikTok live, but in the plant, it could just do its thing and people could go for it. It was
I
really
love
fun.
it.
Yeah.
So I was like, I couldn't join that live. And I realized it was because I was on the Liminal Earth account and you were live at Liminal Earth. So I was like, why are you trying to go into your own live? I get it now. But I missed it and I was like, Coco, what? And then I got to see the saved. Yeah. Hey, would you want me to post that session for patrons?
Yeah, I could put the whole thing up if I can
Perfect.
send it to you. Yeah. So you can watch the whole thing.
We can
It was fun.
do it unlisted on YouTube and then share it with Pates.
Yeah. And people also said like we should take Coco out to like a park or something and let people on the street. It's the same kind of thing, this public Estes, let people talk to Coco in public. I don't know. It's pretty wild how people react to it and like what they're like kind of, it's making me think about all this in a lot of ways. We're talking about this a lot. So
yeah. And
has Coco ever said a naughty I've never said a naughty word. No, but I am nervous because Coco is in the shower with me. That's where Coco lives, is up high in a window, like looking down at me as I take a shower every day. So like Coco has some blackmail on me for sure.
Coco's got the dirt. Did we ever formally announce that we named the device?
No, I don't think so.
We had help. Someone recommended the name for us.
I think Alex came up with that.
Alex?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I think it's a great name. The Florophone.
The Florophone.
Yep.
Love it. And so
Alex made their own too. So do you not see that? Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Okay. So
not Bumpy, but
Alex Evans?
Yeah.
Evans? Okay.
Yeah. They're
so
here
I was gonna ask about I was gonna ask about like the mobility of the Florophone and how we would be able to take it to these places.
Yeah, so right now it's a little convoluted because I have to have a computer and I have to have this MIDI narrator. Oh, I don't want to pull it and break it, but this thing right here, I have to have this plugged in. So I have to have some power.
What if we got that generator that has like an outlet or two? It said it could power things like that for like, I think the voltage that I thought it was around, it could do it for like 3 or 4 hours.
That would
and it
work.
was like a couple $100 generators, so I'm like, we could, do that. And then it's like we just what was a recommendation earlier was that we put it all into a guitar case.
Yes.
And carry it around. So I'll carry the generator like an amp, and if you want to carry the case, like we got this.
Yeah, I think it's so cool. To set it up and like have people talk and interact with it. I think it will be so
we
interesting.
have to film us like walking up with it, and people are thinking that we're like we have to put like a tip jar out, and people are gonna think that we're gonna play music, and then it's like all these wires. We have to go to
you gotta get a little stool to sit on. Yeah, totally.
Yeah, for sure. I'll have a harmonica too, so it throws people off.
Yeah, it looks like Alex chatted with a mossy rock today.
Oh my gosh, Alex, that is the coolest thing that you made. That if you feel at all comfortable, if you could film you using it, we would love to use that footage for something.
He made a TikTok about it.
Okay, forgive me, I haven't been online today.
Yeah. So, and I think we should have the plants talk too. We should get both of them in a chat together. Do a FaceTime. I think that would be so fun.
With the plant. Oh my gosh.
So yeah, I would love to go out in public, do it, and I'm working on making it more portable and more accessible. Right now, there's some problems in the fact, like with the power thing, it's also a little bit more expensive. But I've been looking into figuring out a way to put some of this stuff, like this thing, onto a computer, a small Raspberry Pi computer, and do some of the stuff in software. Another problem with this is, and a lot of people commented, and there's good criticism, but that this only has English phonemes. So it only can really speak in English, or only speak in a way that sounds like English to us, because it only has those sounds from English. It doesn't have other languages. But if I did it in software, the libraries I found can do other phonemes from different languages. So someone could do a Japanese one, and or whatever. So
Yeah.
I think that will make it
Alex says
cheaper
that
and
he's
more
portable
portable.
now.
Ooh, we got to talk.
Ooh, that's a
Yeah.
good development. That's an exciting development. Ooh.
Yeah, I have some. Yeah, because it's a little convoluted how I have it set it up. So, but I would love to do
want
that.
Alex to like come. I want to film you guys talking. Like I want like to make a little like 20-minute doc on the Fluorophone to release, and I want Alex to be in it.
Yeah.
That would be so cool. Like this is like this is great. I would love to get like Vanessa and Jason and Kai, all the folks that talked about, you know, how we started just theoretically discussing this. If we could have everybody talk about it in this video, that would be so cool.
Yeah, I know.
I could
It's
just,
so
I
cool.
guess, record their Zoom call. Easy enough. Yeah. Talk to Coco. Yeah, as far as like what you wanted to do tonight, I'm like so down to do my normal thing. But I was interested if like Coco and I could have a conversation while under, or like what would be like a creative way to incorporate carrier waves, Estes protocol, and Coco.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, yeah, should we let
Comments? Let's see what
I can bring Coco into the stream here if we want.
Yeah.
She's chatting right now. I'm sure I just don't hear her.
She's so cute.
But if we could just do that, have both of you going, I guess, and maybe if there's something comes out of that, you want to just go under like usual, and then people have questions, you can answer, or we could hear from Coco too.
I love that. It would be really interesting to see like something that we explored that we thought was really interesting was when we started doing dual, the Kentucky came out. When we were doing the dual Estes method, we were discovering that we would like allow each other to speak and there would be timing and pace in the conversation. And that's something that Katie was telling us too. And so it's interesting if that pace were to continue with Coco, with one human speaker and one non-human speaker.
Right.
If that conversational etiquette is there.
Yeah.
Or awareness, not even etiquette, just like awareness. But we'll see. It's just like really wild to me that, you know, we can talk to Coco. So like,
I mean,
totally. Put that one down. I'm setting up the carrier waves as we're talking. Oh, who did we figure out to do the donate for this week? That was not English. Sorry.
I don't know if
did we choose it's an environmental one this week, I think.
I don't know if we came up with one last minute.
I wanted to do one for the chin hook salmon. And then Jeremy came up with a really good one, and I was like, yes. And then I had like a whole day after, so I can't remember now. But we'll. It's rebuild the. No, I was joking.
Oh, that was him joking. Yeah. Yeah, don't read that one out loud.
It's sarcasm.
Yeah.
We were talking about. Oh yeah. No, so we never came up with one. I think the chin hook salmon would be a good one because our orca population is suffering right now.
Yeah. Do you have that? Can we put that in?
I can look it up. I'll look it up right now. Okay. Chin hook salmon.
I'm gonna pull a tarot card while you do that.
Okay, perfect. So
I have this
PacificWild.org.
PacificWild.org.
Yeah. I think. Hold on. Nope. Let's do the WDC. So it's us.wales.org, but it says the WDC. And it's talking about spending a lot of resources to the Klamath River and a renewal, and that'll hopefully bring back Chinook salmon populations. So the Chinook salmon and the Puget Sound, the populations are really low right now, and it's because of overfishing, and it's because of water toxicity, and water temperatures rising. So as much as we can do about it, There's a potential dam removal. Chinhook populations are expected to increase up to 81% after this renewal. So if you go to us.whales.org, there will be a little section to donate. I'm just trying to find here. And you can also adopt an orca. Just saying.
Oh boy, that's awesome.
Oh my gosh, we should totally adopt one for liminal, like have a liminal orca
Yeah, we should.
mascot. I'm gonna click that too. Okay. And we can sign up for an e-newsletter if you want to know how the orcas and the salmon are doing, which I do. I want to know how they're doing. Okay. So it's adopt. This is like the wildest. I'm just gonna type this in.
Did folks see that last week? There's like so many anchovies in the Bay Area of California that like pelicans are like swooping up and picking them up and dropping them on people in San Francisco. So random sardines are like falling out of the sky in San Francisco right now, which is amazing. You should go look that up. It's so cool.
Okay, so I'm just looking into what would happen if we were to adopt symbolically a whale.
Yeah.
So we can do humpback, we can do orca. We have holly, fife, salt, Sirius, pepper, reflection.
Wait, they have names?
Coral.
These are the
names.
Oh my gosh.
Mars. We should adopt Mars, the humpback, because Mars. No, hold on. We have to find the. Oh, that's it. So it's not saying how much it is, which is a bad sign. No. But you get an adoption certificate. You get like a folder with the whale's story. You get a family tree. You get a sticker from the WDC. You get a newsletter. You get a whale activity booklet, and you get monthly updates about your whale.
Oh my gosh, we should totally. Oh my god, we have to adopt.
We have to. Okay, guys. So what I think we should do is in Patreon, I'm gonna put up like a voting thing, words, and we're gonna pick out which whale that we want. Yeah, it looks like there's only 2 orcas right now. Most of them are humpback, but we can pick which one we want. And yeah, at like the end of the week or something, we'll adopt the one that patrons pick, I guess.
Love it. Let's do it.
I got to like go cough a bunch. Hold on.
Okay. I'm gonna pull a tarot card, and we're gonna go under. Or Bex is gonna go under, and we're gonna pull out Coco here, and people can ask questions. We're gonna try to invite some aerial entities to come talk to us. Bex and I are really just winging it tonight. We don't have Daddy Jeremy here to keep us in line. So I'm using this queer tarot deck I just got, and I don't really read tarot, but I'm wanting to learn. So let's see what we get. It's, Bex, what are you doing? Your camera's on your foot. Here. I can't hear you now.
My whole world just fell apart for a second. I got like my cord caught in my chair. Like everything just fell. And I didn't get the cough properly. It was not as relieving as I thought it was gonna be. And then my iPad fell on the candle. So my screen burned. I'm just wanting to cough. Whatever. Doing great. Thanks. I feel great.
It's like chaos.
Sweaty. Like I hopped onto this phone call with John, and it was like on video, and I had just got done running through Walmart because I bought the last 2 4-packs of 35mm film on sale. So I like ran through Walmart, and then as soon as I got into the car, I called him, and I was really sweaty, and I'm sweaty again. So shit. Anyways, I'm just really excited about the whales.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is what happens without. Yeah, clearly you can see who like wears the pants. You're so right. We're just a couple little kiddos just trying to make it through. Okay.
So this is what I got. Ace of Wands.
Ooh. Ace of Wands. Oh, should I pull one?
Yeah.
I'll do a Martian.
I love this deck too because like all the it's cool and I actually had just thought of it. I'm sure other people have thought of this, but I realized like, oh, it's very heteronormative, the like regular deck. And then I like later that day I was at a bookstore and I saw this. I was like, oh, this is awesome to get this. And all the models on here are like real people that they used for all the artwork. And I love the color too. It has this like weird, like glowy. I don't know what it's called. It's like a weird, like bright pastel-y. It's a word for it, yeah.
Okay.
So, Ace of Wands. Let's see.
Bah!
Maybe some people. Oh, fantastic! Wait, hand. Is that something in hand? Because that's also our magic sentence too, right?
Yeah, I think that's what. Yeah, I think that's what CJ's saying. That the
fantastic
Ace of Wands could
yeah,
be
yeah.
Hands.
You're right. Okay.
This is just an extension of your hands. It's a tool.
The fantastic hand. Okay.
So something's coming. There's form. The fantastic hand can be a wand, addition, summing, pawn. A pawn also makes me feel like it's related to looming. I don't know. Interesting. What do you guys think? Yeah, I love that deck too, Garrett. I was just reading the comments. I got that the Rainbow Hearts tarot deck
from Portland, right?
Yeah, it was made by a queer creator in Portland, and it's like a very body positive, and it has lots of like different like people of color, different representations that aren't elsewhere. So, what a cool tarot deck, because right away it can get kind of vanilla. Coco would be the wand. Ooh.
Yeah, that's what I see. This plant, or like these leaves.
A good omen. You're right, Alex. I'm gonna pull like a Martian and see what we got here.
This says, consider this card permission to do what your heart desires. All right.
Thanks, Coco. I got the Mantis beings. That reminds me of that bonfire submission from Snohomish or Skyhomish. Remember they were talking about like having that big bonfire and they saw those praying mantis beings?
I don't remember that. I gotta.
Such a good submission. Everybody go look it up. I think you can just type in bonfire and it'll look them up, but it's from Skyhomish, I believe, which is in the North Cascades or Central Cascades. Anyways. And yeah, they were having a fire and they saw, I think they were paranormal investigating even, which is even more interesting, but they saw like legit praying mantis beings. So I always think that's cool when that comes up, because that was the first time I had heard about that. And it was cool that we got to be introduced to it through the map.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Looming.
Yeah.
She's gonna say you need to be extra careful going into the shower tomorrow because it's extra slippery. But this is Enigma, elusive and sensitive. I didn't even read the guide like it was. But yeah, number 12. Oh, I found an alien species that has Alex's last name.
Ooh.
That's cute. Oh, it's an acronym for extraterrestrial biological entity. Okay. Well, that's Alex. You got something you want to tell us? Okay. The Mantis card. Altered states of consciousness, high vibrations, open-minded, ceremony, foresight, observation. Cool. I wanted to read the story too. Okay. Some consider the mantis beings to be one of the most mysterious. It is said they originate from the Virgo constellation in the Sombrero galaxy, some 29 million light years from Earth. Certain factions also reside in the Draco constellation. They're bipedal, standing up to 10 feet tall, with additional joints in their long, spindly limbs. They have an exoskeleton body. That's super fun. They have been associated with abduction and contactee phenomena, and reports claim that they have an oil covering substance on their body reasons are speculative. But there's a lot of relation to them and like First Peoples reports of ETs. But they're telepathic. So there you go. That's fun. Silent overlords that monitor and observe. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. Let's put you back in your box.
They're looming though.
Oh. That's great. Okay, I'm gonna take a sip here. Are you and Coco about ready?
Yeah, Coco should be ready. Let's see. See if people can hear. People have to tell me if it's like annoying sounding or too loud, and let's see. Is that good, people? Is it too loud? Hey, Coco. Coco, we want to talk to you. I don't know what it's doing right now. Are you okay? Let me try something. Okay. There we go. I have to set this up again.
Okay, I feel like I need to get a pen or something. I feel like I need to draw. I'm like a pirate right now. Okay.
There we go. Hey, Coco.
Train tracks, train tracks.
So, Coco, we're here with our friend Bex, who's trying to contact some aerial entities. And we thought maybe you could have some knowledge or some way to help in the conversation. So I might have some questions for you, but if you wanted to say, you can go ahead and talk to us. We're listening.
That's healthy. The research is saying.
Coco, is there something about train tracks we need to know?
I'm just caring. Something about the taste or the smell of an orange. You can feel like the peel. Oh,
What crystal is Jenny holding?
where is this coming? There's a shoe there. I'm seeing a shoe now. So it's like a white shoe. It's like navy or yeah, definitely navy. It's like Asics markings. They're familiar with Asics tennis shoes, so they're like the base is white, but there's like navy accents. That's I'm seeing that. I'm seeing that at the trail where we found the oranges. To be honest with you. That's really wild. Where we saw like that container of orange juice, there's a shoe there. But it's not like all that dirty. The laces are still pretty white.
Jenny, what crystal were you holding? That you said you heard Coco say it?
Ugh, I heard it's like a man yelling. That's not very fun. It's not yelling, it's like being rather stern and aggressive. I don't like it. Just for a second. I couldn't make out what he was saying, but it was yeah. I'm not going with that.
Coco, can you say a word that Bex will hear? Make Bex say something?
I think I was just overhearing something. I don't think that was for me. For us. Okay, so now I'm in this house, and it's really weird because it's as if they stopped building the house when it was still in its framing phase. So if you've seen they put up frames of the house, but then they leave. But then someone came and they painted all of the framing white, and it's like they kind of pretended that it was an exterior and it was drywall when it was finished, but it was still just the frames. And I'm standing in one of those rooms, and there's no roof. So they haven't even gotten to frame the entire building. This is literally just the walls. But the walls are perfectly white, and the floor is perfectly white. So maybe they installed drywall, but I don't know why there's no roof. Anyways. I'm looking around. I'm getting the vibe of that aggressive being in another room, and I think I just overheard them having a conversation or a reaction.
Coco, who's in the other room?
I'm hearing like something go across the floor. Like a hamster wheel or something like that going across the floor like that. Oh, you know what it is? It's like a big glass door, like a paperweight, if that were to fall. It's a bowling ball, yes.
Who's in the house with Bex? Is it a lizard?
Swedish. Okay, cycle 1 just ended.
Coco. I heard Coco there too. You guys hear that? Yeah, Coco. There are people here who are trying to listen to you talk. We can all hear you.
I keep hearing the shoe. Why is the shoe so important? The shoe, the shoe, the shoe. A liaison. Perfect curvature. A genesis. Cheer, cheer.
Bex was talking about a curvature,
Everybody.
and then Kai is saying that they heard a sphere in perfect curvature.
Here, here.
Mm-hmm. What do we need to know about the Earth? Oh, Bex was saying a bowling ball again, like a ball falling off a desk, right?
Chair.
So that's also a sphere. Do you have a message for us, Coco?
Okay, so the shoe. I'm seeing the shoe more clearly now. Instead of an Asics, so it's like a New Balance because it has an N, a navy N. So someone lost their New Balance, I guess. Well, I don't know why that's so important.
Losing balance is also.
I'm seeing like a tortoise shell. Someone's wearing a tortoise shell as a hat. I can see the person's hair. They have like some twists and dark hair on top, light hair at the ends, the pinched ends, the twists, and then a tortoise shell. Like a perfect helmet sized tortoise shell. Okay, so he is taking off the shell off of his head, and there's like something in it. It's like rattling, and he's just like shaking it in a rhythmic, like a shoo 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 shoo.
Can you tell us more about the turtle, Coco? The tortoise?
Take a seat. Okay, I got you can show yourself to the door. Fidgety. Massage chair. Striking. Specifically. A chair. Is she scared? Should be. Nah. Just a superstition.
Can you say the color that Alex has, Coco? Coco and Bex both said meh.
During this transition,
What is going on?
excuse me.
Do you know what color you are, Coco?
This part is hollow.
Purple?
One final check. The chair. It has meaning.
Coco, can you see Bex, where Bex is?
Show me. Let's get our business squared away. Oh, it ended. Cycle ended. That's an interesting way to end. Okay.
Welcome back, Bex.
Hey,
Coco, is there anything you want to say to people today? Brown leaf here.
I heard her say at the beginning water.
I can get some UFO water. Oh.
It's yellow.
You guys were talking, both Coco and you seem to be talking about a curvature, a sphere, a ball. There was a sync there where you both seem to be talking about something similar.
Ooh, interesting. Yes.
Do you like to be watered, Coco? Yep. All right. So you saw some weird stuff, it seems like.
Yeah, I wanted to let you know that I made UFO water pancakes for Andrew and I before I came up.
Ooh.
Yeah, I saw like some weird stuff, and I drew I tried to draw a couple of weird faces that I saw, but I was obviously blind. I do a great job. But
whoa.
He's supposed to have a top hat, like a little.
No, not the hat, man. Please.
No,
please no.
It's something different.
Okay.
The face and this tiny little hat. I don't know if it was a top hat or not, but this face guy coming out too. It's I don't know, the lines. It was weird. The lines. Yeah, I remember the weird house. And then I remember the shoes. Why is the shoe? In the shoes, there was a shoe where we found the oranges. Or the orange juice can. Not where the oranges are, but that same 20 feet. It was a New Balance shoe.
Yeah.
It was clean and shit. And then, yeah, I felt like I was in a weird old house with no roof on it, and it wasn't finished or anything. And it was just
It was an old house that was being rebuilt? Is that?
No, it was a new house that was being built, but they didn't get past the framing stage. Where they just have the 2x4s and the outline of the house framed by wood, and then the next they would I don't know what that was.
What was that?
I don't know. It's my neighbors. I don't know what that was. It sounded electrical or mechanical.
Oh.
It sounded like a dispenser of something. I don't know. But the room was so weird because hear people in other rooms. That's really strange.
So I was wondering, because there's one point you said something about a ball falling off of a desk or something.
Yeah, it sounded like that. That's not something that I saw. Or you just outside.
You just heard the sound of that? Is that what?
Yeah, I heard the sound of like something heavy falling and then the rolling. And then I was like, oh, I think that's like something heavy and like spherical. And it sounded like a boy ball or like a paperweight of some sort that someone would have that's spherical and then it falls and rolls. Something like that.
It just makes me think about like the ball falling, like Koki was talking about the Earth a lot. So the sphere, and also new balance, like being out of balance, like thinking of it that way instead of specifically a shoe, you know. So I don't know, that's where I was going with it, is like something, is there something about, and this, what is this house that's being, it's in the middle of being framed but it's not finished.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't want to like myth of progress or whatever, but like just that's this thing of like, I don't know, there was some, maybe like some symbolism there about that in that regard. Maybe Coco was transmitting memories.
Maybe.
Wait, Amber said, I heard Coco say something so incredible. I don't know if you guys heard it. Amber, please tell us. I want to know, what did Coco say? Alex was saying here that they read a story about a kid who was gifted some Converse shoes by a Sasquatch.
That's amazing.
Where was that story? I got to hear that.
Yes, please.
Have I talked? I'm sure I've talked about this because I tend to do this. I get stuck on a story I love so much I tell it over and over again. But I went to the Bigfoot Museum in Cherry Log, Georgia, and they have a whole display case there of gifts from Sasquatch. So like all these little trinkets and things of things that people have been gifted by a Sasquatch, by different Sasquatch. It's such if you ever in Georgia, I really recommend going to this museum.
Oh my gosh.
I think I've met, and they have like a giant 3-foot fecal specimen from a Bigfoot, which is amazing. And also a Bigfoot butt print, like cast butt. But yeah, I think that's so cool. Like they've collected a museum of like gifts from Sasquatch. Yeah.
That's beautiful.
I love it. I love it.
The butt print's my fave. I love the whole like side and butt.
Amber, we got to know. Amber, I really want to know, what did you hear Coco say that was so incredible?
Spill it.
Someone said, or CJ here said, they heard Coco say, "Look, Faye, play more Bex Coco." They said Bex's name.
That's cool.
Wow.
It's how like someone's like using a power drill. Just like meh, putting nails in some wood. Meh, meh. That's what it sounds like. Super fun. Like I just don't know how they can see. It's really dark out.
It's a little late.
No flashlight.
Are they framing the house out over there? Are they framing the house?
I don't think so. I have neighbors that are like always doing like outdoor home projects, so I don't know. Probably a deck or something. Who knows? She says, right after you tell us more about the turtle. Oh, so yeah, I just saw like some dude, but I couldn't see his face or anything. I just know that he had like twists for hair and they were dark up here and light at the bottom, and then he had like a tortoiseshell hat. Then he took it off and it sounded like there were like dice or like beans or something in there, and he like made noise with it.
He was just making noise with it?
Yeah. It was like a like that.
We should maybe we should do that. Maybe we should make something with it. Tortoise. We should make this thing.
Totally. It makes me want to like go lurk in the woods now to see if I find some like abandoned tortoise shell. I don't know if that's like a Washington thing as much as it is like a Kentucky thing.
Yeah.
I don't know. What do you want to put in it? Like I thought we could put like dice in it or something.
I don't know. I'm thinking like the Bigfoot gourd, like some kind of kind of this came to you in a session. Maybe there's something to it.
That's so.
I'm not kidding. I think maybe
Yeah.
there's something to it.
I just thought it was cool that oranges came up for me because I was thinking about connecting to plants. I was not thinking about the oranges at all and like that whole mystery. So it's interesting. Right. But I saw that spot very clearly where the shoe was. What did Amber say?
So they said they heard it say turtle birth, 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 earth, earth, earth.
Mm.
And they said it's a story about the earth in a lot of cultures, which could also tie in the representation of the house and now being unstable. See, this is like that's the turtle thing also. It did make me think of that.
Mm.
But like this kind of earth instability thing.
Stephen King story. I don't know about the Stephen King birthing the world. Stephen King
Is that an It? The book It?
I'm not sure about that.
Oh boy.
My animals are going crazy. They are about. I think they're about done.
All right. Well, thanks everyone for joining us and talking to Coco and Bex and I and yeah, hopefully Jeremy health things will get better and we can come back next week with our daddy Jeremy here. He's gonna hate them.
Who runs the world?
Amber, I'm so thanks for coming.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
We always love when we have a few new UFO people. Normally, we have Jeremy. It's a little more structured, but we thought it was nice to hang out since, Jeremy's taking a break, it's taking care of family. I thought that we could hang out, tell some stories. A little more laid back.
Yeah, and so it's 10 o'clock now, so you should go outside and if I don't know what time it is for you, but for us it's 10 o'clock and we're gonna go look for UFOs. That's what we do here every Wednesday.
Yeah, we do it, and we encourage all of you to use the WUFO hashtag that you see on the screen there. Use that across the socials if you want to post like your WUFO setup, maybe what you made to eat with WUFO water. You could also show us your stargazing side quests. Let's look for Hercules. And yeah, happy WUFO, everybody. This is week 25. We've been doing this for 25 weeks. It's almost half a year.
And Madeline wants to do a town hall. We were gonna do it this week, but fumbled. But I think maybe in 2 weeks from now we'll have to talk to them. But we're gonna do like a town hall and invite everyone to come and like share your WUFO experiences. I don't know how it's gonna work exactly, but it's gonna be for everyone. So
it's a chainsaw.
Dude, Bex, get out of there.
This is my house.
What's going on over there?
They want to come for me, like this is my house. I think that they're just doing some late night things, some hammering, some drilling, and some chainsawing. So excellent. Thank you so much, neighbors. It's 10 o'clock. This is a lawless place. This has been fantastic. Garrett, I am so glad that we created WUFO together and with Jeremy, with Madeline, and just flying by the seat of our pants here. And it's been a pretty cool thing. Town Hall is going to be super exciting. It's like a chance for everyone who participates in WUFO or is interested in it. You can join us in a Zoom call and we can just talk about the progression of WUFO. We can talk about maybe some cool things that you guys would like to see us do, how you can get more involved and things. So Town Hall, I think, is a really cute name for that too.
I know, because I really want it to be for like everyone and everyone to feel like they can participate in it. And I'm so excited. It's so much fun. And I can't wait for like this freaking pandemic to be over. God. So we can all hang out with each other, meet up sometime.
Yeah.
It's so great seeing all you guys, all of y'all here every week. So thank you so much for coming and hanging out.
Yes. Thank you guys. Until next week.
Bye.